WWE superstars are larger-than-life icons built for the screen, so it is no surprise they eventually trade the squared circle for the drawing board. From Springfield to Quahog, wrestling reality has brought unmatched energy to some of the most famous animated series in history. Today, we are exploring the most memorable times these athletes stepped into the recording booth to prove their charisma translates perfectly to the world of cartoons. 1. John Cena and Bret Hart in The Simpsons. The Simpsons has a long history of featuring celebrities, and the WWE is no exception. John Cena recently made a splash in a 2024 episode where he appeared as himself during a chaotic scene at the comic book store. When a medical emergency arises, Cena steps in as the Doctor of Thugonomics to save the day, proving his versatility extends far beyond the ring. However, he followed in the footsteps of the legendary Bret the Hitman Hart. Decades earlier, Hart appeared in a classic episode where he purchased the mansion belonging to the villainous Mr. Burns. His appearance was a perfect nod to his tough guy persona, as he stood his ground against the billionaire and solidified his status as a crossover star in the most iconic town in television history. 2. Goldberg and The Rock in Family Guy. Family Guy is known for its irreverent humor and constant pop culture references, making it the perfect playground for professional wrestlers. One of the earliest appearances featured Goldberg, who voiced himself in a confrontation with Peter Griffin. The scene played on Goldberg's intense physical presence as he threatened to dismantle Peter over a disagreement involving background music. Later, the show took aim at the massive stardom of The Rock. While the series initially poked fun at his complex heritage and rising fame, he eventually appeared in a bizarre and hilarious segment involving the Griffin family's romantic life. These cameos highlight how wrestling stars have become such a fundamental part of the cultural zeitgeist that even the most cynical animated comedies can't help but feature them. 3. Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan in King of the Hill and American Dad. The world of adult animation continued to embrace wrestling legends with unique roles for Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan. In King of the Hill, the Macho Man voiced a character named Gorilla, a dedicated weightlifter who embodied the intensity and vocal grit Savage was known for. His performance was widely praised for its authenticity and comedic timing. Meanwhile, American Dad featured Hulk Hogan in a role that played directly into his real-world mythology. Hogan appeared as a mentor to Stan Smith, using his classic wrestling tropes to help the protagonist find his inner strength. Not to be outdone, Bret Hart also returned to the screen in a later season, using his technical wrestling skills to save an entire city from a chocolate-based natural disaster. 4. CM Punk and Roman Reigns in Zootopia 2. One of the most modern and high-profile entries into the world of animation involves two of the biggest rivals in WWE history, Roman Reigns and CM Punk. In the blockbuster sequel Zootopia 2, the two superstars set aside their differences to voice the Zebros, a pair of zebra cop buddies. This role showcases a different side of their talent as they provide the voices for these animated law enforcement officers in a world populated entirely by animals. The chemistry between the tribal chief and the best in the world is palpable, even in animated form, proving that their legendary rivalry translates perfectly into a dynamic buddy cop duo. It's a rare instance of modern wrestling stars taking on major roles in a massive cinematic animated franchise. 5. Stone Cold Austin and Ric Flair in Dilbert in The Cleveland Show. When it comes to authority figures in animation, few are as intimidating as Stone Cold Austin. In the final episode of the Dilbert series, the Texas Rattlesnake took on the role of a judge, presiding over a custody battle with the same nonsense attitude he used to define Mr. McMahon. His presence turned a standard courtroom drama into a high-stakes wrestling promo. Similarly, the Nature Boy Ric Flair brought his signature flair to the Cleveland Show. Playing a version of himself, Flair hosted a retreat for the main characters, focusing on his life experiences with marriage and friendship. Both legends proved that their natural charisma and legendary catchphrases could translate perfectly to voice acting, leaving a lasting impression on fans of both wrestling and animation. Whether they are delivering attitude adjustment-sized lives in Springfield or laying the smackdown in the recording booths of Quahog, these WWE icons have proven that their charisma is far too big for just one world. Seeing the Doctor of Thugonomics or the Nature Boy pop up in our favorite animated series reminds us that wrestling isn't just a sport, but also a cornerstone of pop culture. Which of these animated crossovers caught you by surprise, or did we miss your favorite cartoon cameo? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe Wrestling Reality for more deep dives into the world of sports entertainment.